Monday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's Market Outlook here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. Folks, this time next week, that's Monday, May 2nd, make sure you register for 2 free live trade briefs, one at 1 Eastern and one at 7 Eastern. That's with James Bartoloni. He is our newest instructor here at Top Gun Options. He runs our Tomcat Charts service. 2 free briefs. All you need to do is register here at go.topgunoptions.com/Tomcat. Okay? 2 free briefs. One's going to be during the trade day at 1 p.m. and then a training session at night because he's going to map out our Top Gun Options service and what he's doing as far as his quarterly training, which starts Tuesday night, May 3rd. So make sure you register. It's free to attend. Go.topgunoptions.com/Tomcat. All right, let's go ahead and get airborne. Just bring you up to speed with what I've been doing, man. This time last week, I was down in Miami. I spoke at the Benzinga Psychedelic Capital Conference and showed the world premiere of the No Fallen Heroes extended trailer, man. I was absolutely blown away by the reception, actually blown away by everything that's going on in the psychedelic space, the life-saving treatments, it was incredible. It was just a very humbling experience, and man, I was just blown away. But also extremely fired up for our project, No Fallen Heroes, trying to draft right behind the tailwinds of Maverick. Paramount spending $150 million to promote that movie, and we're going to fly formation on them to show what happens to real fighter pilots, not actors, when they step out of the cockpit and have to step into real life. I debrief all of this on my Max Afterburner podcast as well. Episode 26 just dropped today. Today's my boy's birthday. Matthew, my son, my oldest son, Edward Matthew Jr., turns 22 today. I'm actually heading up to Colorado Wednesday. I'm giving a keynote Thursday morning for Whirlpool, and then flying to Vermont for my son's graduation. Graduates from college Saturday, man. I'm blown away. 4 years just flew in the blink of an eye. But make sure you check out episode 26 because I briefed what happened at the Psychedelic Conference. Not completely happy with what happened at that conference. Check out my podcast on Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and you can see what I really wasn't happy with down there. So, could not be more bearish. We just knocked out a solo Amazon brief, and I just sent out a text and email alert to the solo Amazon folks with a SPX trade, not an Amazon or an XLY, an SPX bear put spread. We predicted this, folks. I told you if you drew a slope down all those down there and then down here, man, this was a no-brainer that we're heading lower, and we're heading lower even more. I could not be more bearish on this market. Predicted this was going to happen. I was one of the only guys a year and a half ago that said Joe Biden's sophomore year would be a train wreck. I said it would be a bear market and a recession. Both those things are coming true. The bear market has come true, and the recession is coming. But China's locked down, folks. This looks like 2020. People in white suits grabbing people from their apartments and throwing them into trucks, man. It's insane. So China being locked down, folks, first of all, isn't good, but it isn't good from what? The kids that make your iPhone and your Nike sneakers aren't working. So China's facing its darkest moment in decades. And I used to say this tongue-in-cheek, but I say it's kind of gross. I used to say before COVID, I said, well, when China sneezes, the world catches a cold. Well, it's kind of gross now because when they sneeze, they actually kill the world with the shit they experiment with in their labs. Another quote, I can't wait for Elon Musk to take over Twitter. Maybe I can get the 3 other Twitter accounts that were shut down for telling the truth back. I told you right when it happened in 2020, folks, because I knew people in some pretty significant places. They're like, yep, this thing escaped from a level 4 lab in Wuhan. Conspiracy theorists, boot you off of Twitter. Come on, Elon. Come to the rescue of people who tell the truth and then get banned for telling the truth. But anyway, so China's imploding. Finland's joining NATO, which should be just fantastic. I'm sure Vladimir Putin's just going to be thrilled about this. Turns out that U.S. drones and intelligence agencies helped the Ukrainians sink Vladimir Putin's Black Sea flagship, the Moskva. How do you think Putin's going to react? So this is Ukraine's not a NATO Article 5 country, folks, right? You know that, even though Kamala said it is, but well, we all know what the deal with that is. So the more everybody keeps poking Vlad, do you think Vlad at this point just kind of goes, "Oh, you guys, you're right," or do you think he starts using tactical nukes? I do. I predicted every week of this conflict it would get worse, and I've been right. And you ready for this? It's going to get worse. Anyway, great article, op-ed in the Journal, Learning to Believe the Fed. Whoever wrote this article, the editorial board, thank you for being TGO members for the past year and a half, because everything in this article I have said. I love reading with bigger words and a more educated publication. Everything that I have said and predicted about the Fed. And it's going, you ready, to get worse. The market's finally waking up to listening to what Jerome Powell has said. The guy's failed. Talking about this like soft landing, we've already crashed, folks. Now it's just a matter of how far down the runway do we tumble before coming to a complete stop, and do we burn to death in inflation? Yes. So stocks open lower as oil prices and Chinese shares fall. Oh boy. The zero COVID strategy in China is insane, but they're not known for being sane. Amazon earnings this week. It's a coin flip. I have no idea what's going to happen, but 80% of S&P companies that have reported so far have reported beats, and they've gone down. So look at Amazon. Man, Amazon might see 2,700 before the end of the week. I mean, they could beat, and then their forward look be awful. Hey, yeah, we kind of did good last quarter, but, inflation, supply chain, war in Europe, China, it's awful, and the stock get hammered. I just don't know. I'm sitting on my hands. More studies highlight medical benefits of magic mushrooms. The psilocybin in the mushroom, duh. How about this from the AP last week? Magic mushrooms for therapy. Vets help sway conservatives. You think? Finally, an issue where the right side of the aisle and the left side can actually reach across the aisle and shake hands. It's this. How about saving veterans' lives? Absolute tragedy over the weekend. The fifth sailor on board the USS George Washington, an aircraft carrier, killed herself. Joe Biden last week, $800 billion more dollars. Or 800 million, sorry. I lose track of money. So essentially $1 billion. Let's just round up because we already sent a bunch of stuff. $1.6 billion to Ukraine. 60,000 homeless vets on the streets in this country. 22 veterans a day kill themselves. That's conservative. I think it's one an hour. And we have active duty suicide going through the roof. Hey, Joe, Kamala, Secretary of Defense Austin, White Rage Millie or Righteous Strike Millie. You pick his call sign. Why don't you start caring about our own military? How about our own borders? We're sending weapons to a country to secure their borders, and ours are wide open. This country is a disgrace. We are in a lot of trouble. We need healing, and guess who's going to lead the way on healing? Us, veterans. Unbelievable. But good stuff going on, man. I'm humbled. I'm honored. I'm happy. I could not be more thrilled to be in the position I'm in to put the ladder down to help save veterans' lives. We will be publishing our extended trailer to the world here shortly. I actually have a meeting I have to go to right now, a social media company, and I'm taking a look at the social media plan to launch. But I just got filled on a bear put spread on the S&P 500. I sent this out via text and email alert to our folks. And then obviously there it is, because I said it failed at 42.50. Yep, and we're going to fail at 42.15. Look out below. This trade is going to print money. Let's take a look at the metrics of this trade. Already making money. This trade risks about $5,500 to make about 10. Risking 55 to make 95. In a week and a half. It expires May 4th. So this gives me a week and a half for this market to keep imploding, and this trade can potentially make nearly 10 grand with a risk of 5. I like this trade. All right, man, I got to get going. Social media company. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. God bless. Fights on, and namaste.